Hello, everybody. It is Reed Mihalko from readaboutsex.com, and it is my great pleasure to introduce to you all Susan Bratton of Personal Life Media. And Susan, truth be told, was the first person to pop my affiliate marketing cherry. And as near as I can figure out, Susan, the Tallulah Sulis program that you helped put together and invited me to be a part of, because I had done a workshop with her and my partner Allison, and she learned how to female ejaculate. I was very excited about promoting her program, and you gave me a personal phone call and everything, and it turned out to be really fun and exciting, but super scary for me, like being my first time. So thank you for popping my cherry, and also thank you for being willing to be on the call and help me help other sex educators and people in the sex positive professional community to understand affiliate marketing a little bit, and also how to be a good affiliate and what to look out for and what not to do if you're considering launching your own products. I do super respect you and that you've been doing this and that you're a super geek about this side of the industry. So thanks for, one, helping me as I'm getting ready to launch my first product, not to screw it up, and also in helping hopefully get the entire sex education community being better at business and being better affiliate marketers too, because I think there's a really great resource here of being able to recommend each other's work to each other in ways that expand our reach, but also for some of us actually bring in enough money that we can afford healthcare and things like that. That would be really nice. So thanks for being on the call.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm helping you help other sexperts help people who want to get better at sex. So that's like a quadruple win. I'm all for it.
Awesome. So first off, I want to set the context for some of the people that I know are going to be watching these videos. One, your demographic. The dilemma for me is because I work in so many different areas and with so many different demographics. I have sometimes the challenge of when I work with straight, heterosexual or heteronormative men. I sometimes feel like I'm not really reaching them with the right languaging or even understanding their concerns, because I'm often working, in these like radical feminist or gender queer communities where the languaging and the vernacular is very, very different. So one, I just want to let people know and introduce them to you, because you do a lot of work in what I would call the dude space. And some of the people who might find your languaging or the vernacular that you're using to reach your demographic, it doesn't resonate with them. I want to let the people that are watching and listening know that, like, I know Susan really well. I know her husband. She has a lot of integrity, and I think you're an expert in that space of working with men and women who are more straight, more monogamous, interested, or if not already interested, actually, like married with kids and things like that. So I'd love for you to explain a little bit like your area of expertise and the kinds of products, and maybe how did you even get into the affiliate space to begin with, just so that people can get to know you.
Okay. Well, the first thing is, I think I want to make a point about what you said, and that is that because my market niche is men in relationship who want to be better lovers, who want to have more passion, intimacy, connection, affection, and just hot sex, I speak to them. And there are women on our list. There are women who are our customers. But our market segment is to teach men to lead their woman into her sexual potential. So we work for women through the men. And it definitely is mainstream monogamous heterosexual relationships. And when you read our copy, it's written for that man. And copywriting, marketing copy, getting in the mind of your customer, understanding your segment, knowing who they are, how they think, the words they use, and entering into the conversation that's already going on in their mind is the single most important thing that you can do if you want to market your information online. you can't reach them, if you can't meet them where they are not going to come to you. There are too many choices and opportunities out in the marketplace. And so I know we're talking about affiliate marketing, but I do think that so much of what makes a good product launch or a good sales contest or a good affiliate relationship is really deeply understanding and having so much, I call it so much empathy, it hurts. I mean, there are times when I've been writing copy that I've been in the head of those men that I've done market research on and talked to for years now, that I talked to one of my writing mentors and I said, when does that feeling go away? When you're feeling their pain to the point where you're in pain? And he said, it doesn't. It's an occupational hazard.
Yeah.
And I got right with that. All right, I'm going to feel some pain when I'm doing my business because I want so badly to connect with my customer where he is. And so I think that's a lot of what makes a good product and what makes a good affiliate program is connecting with your customer right where he or she is. So to get to the point that you asked me, what is my business and what do I do? Yeah. My husband and I created an online publishing company, and we do adult sexual education online home study courses, membership sites with audio, video, and ebooks around specific sexuality subjects. We have 5 major titles, and those titles are the one that you mentioned, which is we have 2. It's our only product for women. It's called Squirt Your Heart Out, and it's a companion product for couples that is mostly purchased by men. Is called Male Liquid Orgasm, and that teaches couples or a woman to have ejaculatory orgasms. That's a technique product, but really what we teach are communication skills and partnering exercises. We also have Revive Her Drive, the Seduction Trilogy, Expand Her Orgasm Tonight, and Keep Her Coming. So we got into this business because my husband and I hit a really rocky patch in our marriage, and our sex life fell apart. We got bored with each other, and we didn't know that that's what it was. And our intimacy, there was a big wedge between us, and we got disconnected, and we thought, well, maybe we shouldn't be together anymore. It's a shame because he's a beautiful man, and I would never in a million years have been able to replace him with someone better. I would have only replaced him. And so we learned how to come back together and have a really passionate sex life. And we saw all of our friends around us struggling with the same thing 4, 5, 6, 10 years into their marriages. And we wanted to make a change, so we started producing these online home study courses with experts like Tallulah Solis and Dr. Patty Taylor, people whose classes we'd taken and we knew. Yeah. Great content, great workshops, great exercises. They knew how to make a difference in people's lives. And not everyone wants to go to a sex workshop, and not everyone can come to San Francisco. Sure. And we built these products so that anyone anywhere in the world could access them. And affiliate marketing is one of our distribution channels. We also market our own products, and we're an affiliate marketer of other people's products to our list of customers and prospects. And we also buy online media and drive traffic to our web pages that have converting offers. I'm saying that very specifically, like converting offers, because it's so pivotal when you get into product launches and affiliate marketing to actually have an offer that makes it easy for people to say yes to. When I mail for you and send people to your landing pages, I'm looking for a couple of key things to be able to feel good about doing that. And I know that's what you want to get into, so I teed it up for you.
Yeah, and now I'm just going to hit it out of the park. So I guess the first thing I want to ask, I'm just doing a re-record. So the first thing I want to ask is, like, what are those things that we can do as people who are interested in affiliate marketing? Like, how do you know if I'm coming to you and I'm like, hey, I'm interested in promoting your products. I would hope at some point for you to maybe promote mine. Like, what are the things that you're looking for so that you know somebody has their shit together?
Okay. So when someone approaches me about promoting their product to my list, the very first thing that I do is I ask them a key question, and that really separates the men from the boys. Now, I'm sure you have some kind of like transgender blah 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 that is not men from boys. There's got
well, and this is actually really interesting to me, because the more that we can help our peers get better at this, the business of sex education and also the business of online marketing, what it means is, what I'm hoping is that we'll have more diversity in the marketplace, so that people who are out there are resonating with other people's messages, and that part really super excites me. The other thing that's interesting for me and why I called you is I'm just starting to do this. And so all of my anxieties and my fears are really fresh, versus if I tried to do this interview 5 years from now when I had all this stuff handled, I'd forget certain questions to ask you. So, like, this is where it's really interesting, the peer support of me going to you for advice so that I don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's another piece I want to have more of our community doing, because that's going to grow the community and make it stronger and more diverse faster. So, and this is really off of what you're saying, yeah, like separate the men from the boys. There's somebody who's like, well, I don't identify as either. And we need more of those people out there with their products and spreading each other's word, so that somebody in Iowa or in the middle of nowhere finds your product and is like, oh my goodness, there's me. Finally somebody who talks like me or looks like me, and then they get that communication information or that skill set information, and then they're going home and making their relationships better. That's what I want ultimately. So tell me how.
Okay. So the very first thing is something called EPC. So if you're approaching me and you want me to promote for you, you have to understand that you've got to come to me with a number called earnings per click. If I send you 5,000 clicks to that web page with your offer, how many of them are going to convert to an order, and how much is the price of that product, and how much am I going to expect to make? And that boils down to an EPC. And what you would have done is you would have gone to some of your friends who will mail for you early so that you can get some click-through and earnings per click metrics, so that when you go to your wider list of affiliate prospects, you have your act together and you know what your EPC is.
Got it.
And I prefer to promote for people who have a $1 or greater EPC. But that being said, that is not the only reason that I decide to promote or not promote. The first thing that I also do then, or the next thing that I do, is I look at the sequence, the funnel. Where do you want me to send my customer? And what's going to happen to them when they get there? Is it a video sales letter? Is it an email capture? Is it a free report? Is it, what is it that you're trying to get them to do? And what's that experience going to be like for them? The next thing that I look at is, what's the product and what problem does it solve? And how does it differentiate itself from anything else in the marketplace? Where is it better? And what is its value? And how can it be of help to what constituents in my list? Because in the last day, I've talked to 3 customers, one of whom, he and his wife were virgins when they got married 43 years ago. Another one of my customers is a preacher, and his wife has a lot of sexual shame. And a third one of my customers was a man who's just finally decided to become a woman and is looking at her sexuality in an entirely new light. So even though I have primarily monogamous men on my list, they are all kinds of men.
Sure.
And so I have to really be careful about what it is that I'm promoting, because I have to stand behind it. My reputation as a curator of great content and great information is the most important thing.
Yep.
So I look at the funnel and the experience. I look at the product itself and its differentiation, and I look at the revenue associated with it to see how those 3 things look. So I would say those are the things that I look at. And one of the things I would also tell you is that I prefer to mail directly to a page that closes the deal, rather than a page that collects an email address of my customer, because I've spent $25, $50, $75, sometimes up to $100 acquiring that person to be a part of my Insiders Club membership. And I will sell him something on the back end, even if I haven't sold him something on the front end. But the cost of me giving that name to you, I'm giving you a $75 lead and getting nothing if your conversion funnel isn't optimized and my list doesn't like your product. So in general, I'm looking for a really nice offer with a clear series of upsells with a 20 to 20% upsell, 20 to 25% upsell take rate. So they say, 5% of them say yes to your offer, 20% of them also buy an upsell. And I get a 60-day cookie so that if they buy anything else on the back end of your business, I'm making revenue on all those things. Another thing that I really like as an affiliate is someone who's running their traffic through ClickBank, because ClickBank does all of the clearing of all of the affiliate revenues and sends me a check every 2 weeks. I don't have to call up my affiliate and track and wonder why I'm not getting my checks because it's automated. ClickBank pays me and pays my affiliate. I don't have to wait for my affiliate to collect the money and pay me. Earnings per click, the funnel, the product, not sending it to an opt-in page, but instead sending it to something that's a converting page, an actual converting to sale page, and then going through the payment plan that I prefer. Now, everyone has different things, but I think you will find in general that, with the exception of ClickBank, which not everyone cares as much about that as I do, those are pretty standard things that affiliate marketers like me that you would want to come to, that we would want to have.
And what do you think about, I know like some of the stuff that I'm putting together right now is basically, like, I like giving free training away. Like, that's just kind of my thing. Like, I'm always talking to people and sharing resources. So some of my launch stuff is going to be like probably, 2 or 3 training videos that people will get, like, 2 or 3 days apart. And then that'll lead up to the sales video. Like, for me, if I'm going to have, a certain number of people go to my videos and not buy, it'd be great if I had 90% conversion rate. But, if you figure a lot of people that see your stuff aren't going to buy, I would like to train them and change their lives then, and then invite them to go deeper with me in a more organized, this many day, e-course training. With that kind of video series, I would need to capture their email so I could keep announcing the next piece. That kind of squeeze page email grab versus what did you call it? You're calling it a sales contest? Is that like that? What would you call that other idea that you just?
Those are two different things. So there's either a squeeze page that captures an email, or there's typically what the common standard today. And remember, internet marketing is a moving target.
Yep.
It's tech novelty, the latest shiny thing. But as of this recording, the current gold standard is a converting video sales letter.
Yeah.
You send them to a page. There's no email opt-in. They either buy or they don't buy, and the only email name you would collect would be a customer. In which case, I'm getting at least 50, if not 75% rev share on that deal, which means it pays for me sending that lead to you and then sell them other products. Because ultimately, as an internet marketer, you need to have front-end products that your affiliates can win with that tend to be fairly low priced. In the $27 to $67 range, with upsells, both higher priced upsells and lower downsells, upsells and downsells in the back end. And then you need to collect those email addresses, and you need to sell them more of your products on the back end as you establish trust and consistency of mailing them. And so I think that's a very good model, is work really hard to get an offer that is a reasonable price point that solves a problem. Get it converting, test it enough with your friends who will mail to it, buy some online traffic and some SEO and some PPC or whatever you need to do. And then if you have a converting offer and affiliates know that they're going to get a $1 EPC and that you've got a 2, 3, 4% conversion rate on the page, you'll have affiliates promoting for you all day long, every day. You'll have thousands of affiliates in just a few months. But the time that it takes to get that converting offer on the front end sometimes takes a year of constant testing, and most people don't want to do that. But the problem is that if you don't do that, then you're kind of burning out your affiliates now. Like, you want all my leads now. I'm not going to make much money off you. You got a bunch of my hard-earned people. I made very little money. And the next time you come back to me and say, oh, I have a new product, would you promote this for me? I'm going to be like, no, I made like $42 last time. It is not worth the hours of reviewing your product and fixing your email copy, your swipes, which are the pre-written emails you give your affiliates to send out to their list. It takes a lot of time to handle that. It's got to touch 4 or 5 people in my organization alone for me to promote for you by the time I get it loaded into the system and tested and sent out and tracked and collected and all that stuff. So it's a big,
Yeah.
and it's best to have your act together.
And it's not just the kind of thing I think some people think, oh, I'm just going to select all, copy, paste that, and then just send it out. It's a lot more than that. So what are the common mistakes, one as an affiliate person? So I'm launching my first product. What are the common mistakes that I'll make as an affiliate? And then what are common mistakes that somebody would do or what are the common mistakes for me as the person doing the launch? And then what are some of the common mistakes that an affiliate who's promoting somebody else's launch, what are the things that we should be looking out for?
Okay. The mistakes that you're likely to make would be that you don't have a solidly tested funnel.
Got it.
That you are asking your affiliates to mail too many times for you, that you're collecting leads and not converting them, that there are technological issues. Your site goes down. There's too much traffic. There's link tracking issues. You can't track back my leads. You change the pages in the middle of the launch, and everything I've already set up now doesn't work. You've broken it because you've changed things, realizing that you messed something up. Sending out the information too late for people like me who are organized and write literally 2 to 3 weeks in advance. I have all my email strategies planned out. So you might come to me and go, oh, I'm doing a launch next week. Will you mail for me? And I'll be like, I have to go in and tear up everything I've done just to squeeze it in. So it's not future pacing and not calling up your affiliates and telling them that you have a launch, giving them the product early to kick the tires, showing them, telling them your strategy to start, offering to write custom swipes for their lists that are targeted to their market segment. And then not paying them or not paying them on time, not paying them quickly. Those are a lot of the mistakes that an affiliate doing a new product launch or doing a sales contest. And what the difference is between those two things is a product launch is when you launch a new product, and a sale, and that's usually now what people are doing is more like a sales contest. Everybody sends traffic to this converting offer, and they mail as many times as they possibly can, and the people who deliver the most sales win extra prizes and things like that. So it's very similar to a launch, but I see that the nomenclature in the industry is changing a bit.
Sure, got it. And it does make sense to me, because as I talk to more people of your caliber about how they're running their businesses, and how, not protective in a greedy way, but if you've spent a year or two cultivating this one person on your list, like, and then you've got tens of thousands, it's also a lot more juicy, I would imagine, for you to not have to give that person all the way over to somebody. Like, you can give them over to me if they want to buy my product, but if you can tend to them and nurture them more, rather than just sending their email to every person on the planet, I think you end up having more control over the experience that your customers are having, which, if you're really good at curating that experience, that's why I would stay on your list.
Yeah.
Like, I feel safe you're safe porting me through my learning curve.
Yeah.
Whereas I think I got turned off early on around affiliate marketing because I would sign up for somebody's thing, wasn't interested in it, and they just kept emailing me over and over again with this very kind of hard sell approach, which for me personally kind of turned me off, and turned me off to affiliate marketing. As my career was growing, and it was you and calling me personally and talking to me about Tallulah's stuff that had me change my mind because I knew Tallulah's work. I'd experienced it personally, and then you give really good phone. Like it's not just your phone voice either. So I mean, again, like I'm just saying, I'm acknowledging you and thank you for the way that you handle people personally. Your level of professionalism and just your know-how is really impressive, and I have a lot of envy. Um,
It's hard earned, and I'll tell you everything I know.
what for people who want to be affiliates? What are some of the mistakes they're gonna, that we should be watching out for?
Sure. I'm a huge proponent of being an affiliate marketer. You use the word curator, and that's how I feel. What I am is a curator for my customers. I know them intimately and some of them personally. And those 50, 60,000 men and growing who read my emails, maybe one of them a week, maybe one of them a month, maybe every single email I send, I've created a relationship with them. And that's what I think when you asked me to talk to you today about how we could empower the sex education community to, how can we rise the tide and float all of our boats and help more people collectively? I think affiliate marketing is one of the ways we can do it. And here's why. With sexuality specifically, it's a fear-based pain that a lot of people have. They have unmet desire, and they want more than they have, and they're hurting in some way, or they've had some experiences that haven't been good, and we're here to teach them and to help them and to support them in growing on the sexuality side of their life, which is so important in so many ways. And yet, for all that we know, we can't know everything. And we have to rely on each other to fill in the gaps and to add value where we can't spend all day creating a million different products and having everything in every category. What we can do is know other awesome people who teach great things that our list could learn and use and bring it to them. And so if you go through the other steps, which are, is it a great product? How is it differentiated? What gap does it fill? What solution does it provide? You understand those things, you can begin to market not only your own products, but the products of other people to your customers and prospects. And you can make equally as much money selling your own things as you can selling other people's things. And in some ways, it's easier to sell other people's things because you didn't have to create them. Every week, I send out an email on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And then on Sunday, I send a link digest with links to all of the previous emails. I do about, I would say, 75% content and 25% affiliate and self promotions. But I do weave a lot of promotions into my content all the time and plan them out in advance. And I know that because sexuality is such an edge for people, that the way that I'm going to cultivate trust, which is what's going to get me not only a customer, but a lifetime customer, is the consistency of communication, of always being there, of always giving them things, either recommendations for great products or little insights or samples from my own programs. And so to me, it's all content and it's all good. Whether it's something I'm trying to sell them or I'm giving them, it's still great information. And so I think the things that an affiliate marketer can do are, first of all, touch your list frequently. Don't be afraid to mail a lot. The second thing is to look for the offers that you really get behind. Make sure that your customers are safe in purchasing those products, that they have money back guarantees, that you're dealing, quality people. And be careful with your link tracking. Make sure that when you build your links, your affiliate links, that you really learn a lot about linking and link tracking, because to do all that work and then screw up your links so you don't get paid is a real shame. And it happens all the time with people. The linking, it's kind of like one of those very analytical, picayune processes that for many sex educators who are better on stage with a microphone than with,
Yeah.
the dash and the plus and the this. It's a challenge, and you have to keep your focus when you're doing that part.
I'm gonna say that for my sex geek educator friends out there, if the way that I'm gonna get myself more excited about this is I'm gonna think about affiliate links as almost like safer sex. Like if I'm really good at my safer sex conversation and you see me being, very savvy with my safer sex, you're more likely to want to play with me in some way. So if I'm giving you good link,
Yeah.
and I'm a safer affiliate, then you might wanna get into bed with me. Which I guess one of my biggest blocks for me is I've just never felt super technologically adept, and so like when people start talking about conversion rates and tracking, like I can sometimes zone out, and I know there are a lot of my peers that are like that, and I guess I'm talking to the people that are listening right now that if we can get really good at that or have somebody coach us through it, like when we were young and nubile and didn't know how to have a safer sex conversation, if we can get that kind of confidence and then develop that into competence, what we end up getting as an industry is getting our message out there more and getting better product out there more. And that's where I really start getting excited, because what's possible when we can reach, the straight and the monogamous people and the swingers and the queerdos and the trans folk. Like if we can start getting better communication tools and sexuality and pleasure based skill set tools, like that's where I get super pumped.
Yeah.
So I mean, just again, like thanks for sharing your know-how about this stuff so that we can all kind of take sex ed into the next wave of whatever it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Um, how can people find you? Like where should people, if they want to learn more about you and want to see more of your stuff, where would you direct them?
I would say if you went to my membership site, I have a blog on there with a lot of really good free content. And it'll give you a sense that, so what we do, we email out every week and then we put the content from the emails on the blog. So essentially, what you're reading are all my email sequences. So that is helpful for people who are like, well, what do I say in an email? Essentially, read my blog post. That is my email. And you can find those at members.personallifemedia.com.
And then as we wrap it up, like any last tidbits of wisdom for people?
Yeah, I think what I would like to do is tell you how important your email swipes are for affiliate marketers. If you have a new product and you want people to promote it, I think that it's very important to get on a lot of people's promotional lists and read the emails and how they get you to open and click and go to the page with the offer. So I would start to be an affiliate marketer for 20 or 30 products, promoting on a weekly basis, one or two products, and get really facile with getting your swipes, building your links, sending out your emails, and collecting your affiliate commissions. Because once you do that, then you're going to have 20 or 30 people that you can go to and you can ask them to promote for you when your new product comes out. It does a couple of things. It gets you a sense of how to write swipes for product launches. And then it teaches you what they're doing, what kind of resources they're supplying you as an affiliate marketer. So you'll know what kind of resources to supply your affiliates when you're going to go out and ask for those reciprocal mailings. That's what they're
Yeah.
called.
So it's almost like being an apprentice, like by becoming an affiliate for somebody whose work you really admire and who's a good, product affiliate, manager for their own stuff. Like you can apprentice by paying attention to what they're doing, and then the idea of, what I've gotten from my conversations with you, over the times, and also in working with you, is like you're sending me as an affiliate a lot of the copy and the tweets and things that I can adjust. I can edit them so that they're in my voice, but all the information's there, and then all I have to do is drop in my affiliate link, and then we're good to go. So what you're doing is you're making it way more easy for me to win.
Yeah.
And then in you doing that, it also reinforces that not only is it easy working with you, but you have your shit handled,
Yeah.
which allows me to feel even more positive towards working with you, because you're coming at it with a level of professionalism and giving me lead time to work with things, rather than it being this rush kind of fire drill, we have to save the baby routine.
Yeah. The other thing that it does, when you go out and you promote 20 or 30 offers, you're warming up your list for your own product launch. You're teaching them to open, you're teaching them to click, you're teaching them to buy, you're teaching them to trust your judgment and your recommendations, and you're teaching them that you'll be there for them and that you're going to have consistent contact, which consistency is one of the strongest ways that you can engender trust with people that you can't see face to face every day. And I think all of those things, you're priming the pump for your own success while you're warming up your list. And I would recommend that you do that. And you're welcome to promote any or all of my products.
Thank you.
I am sure you'll be calling me when your product is ready, and you'll say, well, because you're one of my really good friends, could you please, and I promoted your stuff, could you please test my offer to your list? So that's one of the things that you can do before your launch, is you can go to your friends and you can say, test my offer this week. I tweaked it. Test my offer next week. And we'll mail out, to 5,000, 10,000 people and see, did your email swipe get clicks? Mm-hmm. Did your web page convert? Did we make any sales? What was the return rate? So you're going to want some friends to, fill your funnel before you come out with a full product launch. You do not want to practice your product launch on your affiliates, only on your friends.
Yeah. Well, and in all transparency, like it's smart for me to get advice from you and a couple of my other friends that have large lists and do this really well. Basically, I want you to help train me, for you to feel safe and be like, oh, like I've helped Reed do this. He knows what he's doing. He's not going to, totally ruin my reputation. And I'm sharing this with the people who are listening, because that strategy of going to your peers and having them help mentor you is a really great way to get the people that are ahead of you to feel like they can trust you, because you were smart enough to come to them and ask them for advice. You have to implement it. But, not only for me just like promoting your products, but if you're helping me groom me to be a good, midwife of the affiliate experience, like hopefully if I create good content and I'm professional, like that's going to make you feel even safer working with me.
Yeah.
So I think it's for some of the sex educators that I mentor who are just starting out, like you can call up your heroes and the people that you're envious of their careers, and sometimes they'll give you they'll give you some advice, and if you can implement it, not only are you becoming better, but I think when people implement my advice and it actually works, hopefully I'm giving good advice, like it makes me feel closer and more connected to them. And I think we want to see our industry succeed. And just like you're saying, like test marketing launches and stuff with each other's lists. Like this is business as a community experience, rather than everybody just building their businesses in these little silos, these little towers, and being completely alone. Hopefully social marketing is creeping into our space too.
That's the benefit of a mastermind. A mastermind is the concept of a rising tide floating all boats. A mastermind is a group of people who share best practices and cross each other in a niche.
Yeah.
And the things that you might do is create a small mastermind of the people that you think are the savviest, that have the best lists, that have the best following. Put them together and start an email thread. And then as you're testing all those offers, let them know which ones are working for you and which ones aren't, and where to go to get them, so that they start to warm up their list. when you have your product launch, they've gotten their list warmed like right behind you. You're all warming up your list. You're all learning together. And then when product launch comes out, you'll do very well to their lists as well.
Yay. Thank you, Susan.
You're welcome, Reed. It's my pleasure.
Yay. So I will, I'll see you around on the interwebs.
I'll see you soon. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.